Alright, welcome back to Metroid Prime 3. I'm actually recording this on a different day, sorry. And yes, this is going to be this was a slightly longer recording, so I might edit bits of this out. Again, to remind everybody that commentary is not live. I've recorded this earlier. I said that already in the first episode, but in case you forgot, I'll just remind you. And I'm also saying that, you know, if I edit something out, these cutscenes, by the way, they look gorgeous. I have to say, like I said, this is one of my though and you will see this every time you go down on a planet is the ship. This is a very obviously just a loading screen, but it's a very clever use of a loading screen, I think. Not to say the load times are like obnoxious or anything. Not certainly like that's one of the things about modern games that really frustrates me is just how ridiculous the loading times are at times. So yeah, actually, something that happened in between me recording the previous episode and this one, or the commentaries for these, is actually I bought I finally got Beyond the Steel Sky. I've played only a little bit of it. I haven't gotten very far. So what you spend, what you're doing in this part, and I think you have to return here to Norion. Either that or that's optional. I might not be remembering it incorrectly. But there's 3 generators that are out. I think that slushy guy, I forgot his name already, but that slushy guy, I think, actually reactivates one of them. And so you only have to take care of 2. But then you get to go to the 3rd one, because I think... Yeah, I think that's an optional thing, but yeah, that you can get a power cell when you come back, and we're actually gonna get one of my favorite things to get in this game, which is the friggin', I forget what it's called. I want to call it the hook shot, but that's wrong. That's Zelda. But that's the way where you get to whip the nunchuck. Yeah, sorry, I'm screwing around with the buttons. And again, I didn't have it as much of a problem with it in this episode, but I am still having a little bit of a problem with the distance. And yes, for the next episode, I hope to have live commentary and not talk over it. And also, at the end of this, I actually end this episode a bit prematurely when we finally get the hyper beam. When you get infused with Phazon. And Phazon is the thing that's actually corrupting you and causes the corruption in the game. So I cut it out. I cut a bit of that out at the end. I actually don't remember exactly where it cuts out, but I did that because it was seriously frustrating. That it took me so long for this episode. I was honestly also very frustrated on the day when I was recording this because I really wanted to be able to record the live commentary. Oh yeah, and I think I killed myself here, but accidentally, because I was having some issues. I was still, like I said, I was having some issues, not as bad as the first episode, but yeah. Oh yeah, I also like that when you charge the shot. Oh yeah, yeah, that's where I bit it. I love the charge shot in this because it really reminds me of Mega Man a little bit. Now, do I think like a first-person Mega Man game would have been fun? I honestly don't think so. I think Mega Man's one of those games where you need to, where you really do need to see your character. Because I honestly kind of feel like, you know, Samus is, you know, because Samus at this point is such a faceless character, you might as well not even show her face. Although, yeah, ironically, you actually do see it in the reflection. So like I said previously, I think actually this game's kind of biggest weakness is the story itself, and only just because the story is kind of dumb. And the thing is, like, I kind of like the characters, honestly, especially the robot guy, because he has kind of like a dual personality thing going on when he's a big robot. You know, he's all super aggressive and everything. And the fact that you're introduced these characters and then they get killed off one by one, it's the same problem I have with a lot of like horror movies. Like, you can't really, like, you know, cheer on for somebody to survive because you know they're all gonna fucking die. So that's my big gripe with that. And in Metroid Prime, there really was no story in Metroid Prime 1. It was like you were just trying to stop the space pirates again, which I hate. I do like games to have at least like a semblance of a plot. You know, if you can't be bothered to write a very complex story, then fine. You know, if you're so preoccupied with just the gameplay, then fine. But you know, don't do what this game does. Like I said, I think I said this in the previous episode already. It would have been nice if you could at least have done something to help the other mercenaries. But no, you just fucking go. You just straight up go and kill them all. And I think you're gonna see me mess up a couple of more times here. I think I fell into the hole. So actually, that brings me to a topic that was actually something that interests me, is that around the time of the Metroid Primes, there was a big rumor going about, this is not the explosive door yet. No, it is, okay, yes, so these are the rocket doors. These are also in the original Metroid. So, there was that, you know, back in a long time ago, nearly 2 decades ago already, there was a bit of a rumor and plans possibly for a Metroid movie following the release of Metroid Prime. And you know, it begs the question, would Metroid actually make for a good movie? And I think, you know, there's a potential there. I do think this world in itself is, you know, interesting enough for a story. The problem is really Samus herself. Like, I don't think Samus necessarily would have made for a very good movie protagonist, just because. Oh yeah, here I am herping the derp again. And the funny, they really want you to scan everything, and because I didn't scan it there, like I gotta remember to be better about this when I'm doing the live commentaries. But yeah, when you scan those, it tells you what to do, which is just use, you know, explosive blasts. So just use your, use the cannon. The reason I bring up the Mega Man thing is, of course, Mega Man, of course, is a franchise that it didn't really translate well to 3D. Or, well, no, okay, that's not fair. Not to saying that it didn't translate well, but every attempt of trying to bring Mega Man to 3D has always been, only moderately successful. Like, I like Mega Man Legends, but I don't really think of it as a Mega Man game. I think of it really as its own thing, and I do like it. Mega Man X7, which I have a Let's Play of on this channel. I thought that would have honestly been a good first step. The problem was that it was the first step that was done on the PlayStation 2, which means when it didn't quite work out, and there's problems with X7 obviously, but I don't think it was like nothing that they couldn't have fixed, honestly. So it always makes me very sad that for X8 they completely, which I also have a Let's Play of, but for X8 then they just completely kind of gave up on it. And that's never nice. You would think that, give it a little bit of try. Okay, give it another try. Sorry, like I am hot garbage in this fight right now because I for some reason I wasn't hitting my mark very well. Oh yeah, except he has the shield too, so that's the reason. Oh yeah, and this guy has a shield too, so you have to pull the shields off of him first. So like I said, once again, it's a good thing that I'm playing this on the easier difficulty level because I'm having all these issues. I really, really hope that the next episode I'll have dealt with these. So yes, sorry, what was it? Yeah, the movie. So, if I'm honest, a Metroid movie would work, but they would have to basically do it, like Metroid Other M, really. Like, that's the only way I think that kind of character would honestly work on the big screen. And, after the reception to Other M, I don't think that they would do that. Because there is now, like, once again, thanks in no small part, I think, to Detective Pikachu in the Sonic movie. Video game movies are again on the rise, which makes me kind of happy because because Nintendo announced that they're doing an animated movie with Illumination. The Despicable Me guys. That's a good studio. I like the Despicable Me movies. I was a bit bemused by the Minions movie, but I like the Despicable Me movies. I think they are good. but it's weird. I've become very, when something is the long game, and again, yeah, like this actually does remind me a lot of Mega Man X. That ship definitely reminds me of the robot bugs. Oh yeah, and you had those, the kind of buck jumpers that, and you had them in X7 as well. I think the slushy guy's gonna come and help us. I keep calling the slushy guy because I honestly don't remember his name. Which is funny because I was thinking about Eternal Darkness today, and I suddenly remembered all the different gods' names, but I cannot remember this guy's name. It's coming in like Bobber, the Iceman. God damn it, Bobber. Oh damn it, yeah. This is. I was hoping that. I don't know why. I thought for some reason. And he's the first guy to die too. Oh god, yeah. I thought for some reason that it would have said his name on top, like like a dialogue box, but nope. Yeah, sorry, I'm derping around here. I forgot that the ship landing view is different from the scan view. Which that looks like hot shit, honestly. Like, even though I like green, but you honestly cannot tell what anything is when you hit the ship landing move. I guess it doesn't matter because that's all you ever use it for, is for calling the ship, and you're not actually doing anything else while that's going on. But it's still like, yeah, it doesn't look hot. By the way, time to date the episode. It's the week of the Eurovision. It's actually the same day as the first semi-final, and it's also the weekend leading up to the Monaco Grand Prix, which I had thought was canceled again this year because of COVID, but I guess the situation has gotten better, so they're able to do it. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't. It's it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but Monaco. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but whenever I gotta, even though I'm gonna try to be much better about this in the next episode. I'm pretty sure that's not just my default reaction when I don't know what to do, when in doubt, curl up into a ball. Yeah, so, I doubt, there will be, this stuff, fucking hell. Yeah, I was complaining, I think in the last episode, about the doors in that factory area, Metroid Prime, but this fucking door, I hate this fucking door. Like, Christ almighty, this is absolutely fucking infuriating. Boom shakalaka. I don't know why I said boom shakalaka. That doesn't. Sorry. Don't know what that was. Also, like, yeah, when it's shaking around like that, I'm having a hard time kind of focusing. Again, I gotta do a lot better job next time. And now these fucking things show up. This is kind of a stupid little. I get, no, this is not really like a boss fight. I was about to say like a mini boss fight, but this is actually like more like an enemy rush, but one where they kind of circle around you. Oh, I love this though. This game has these accomplishments. This is actually why I should have been scanning more stuff, because whenever you scan, like, when you scan a certain number of objects, you always get a little achievement, basically. It's cool because the achievements at this time were really like an Xbox thing. Well, yeah, okay, I guess PlayStation has the trophies, but yeah, Nintendo didn't really do the achievement thingy so much, except for individual games, and this is one of those few games. Yeah, it was actually interestingly thinking of Eternal Darkness, and I do have a Let's Play of that, but that's on my main channel on TheHande. Oh yeah, also my latest cartoon actually came out since last recording, which is funny because I kind of fucked up with that. It was supposed to. I forgot to set the time for it. I had set the date for the Sunday, the 16th. And normally I have the videos when they get released, it's noon, my neck of the woods, which I think is like UTC plus 1, I think, or is it UTC plus 2? I'm not sure actually. I'm sorry, but anyway, so usually it's at noon when my video is supposed to come out. But if you forget to set the time, and I had somehow forgotten to set the time for it, it came out at like midnight my time, which was, I realized, like, you know, for some people it was still Saturday when that video came out. It's just, I woke up on Sunday morning, went to YouTube, all of a sudden there's a bunch of these comments that I wasn't expecting, and, you know, and oh yeah, now this is weird because this makes it seem like there's a ticking clock, like there would be a time limit to this. I guess there sort of is. There's one during the Ridley fight. There is a time limit, sort of. Hi, Dane. Is that his name? I thought it was Emerald Dane. Oh boy, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like the worst. So these things are basically, yeah. Look at that. I'm hot garbage with this aiming right now. I'm sorry for that. Like, I know I'm out of practice, but still, like, you know, that's still not excusable. This always takes me out a little bit when all of a sudden it's a cutscene in the middle of it. Oh yeah, now this is our little tease for the phase-on. Like I was a little surprised, like, why is this showing this all of a sudden? And so the phase-on is this shiny blue gunk. And it disintegrates space pirates. It disintegrates everything. All clear. And it's funny that the Federation, or oh yeah, you see the shadow there in the distance. Maybe I'll point it out too. But yeah, that was Ridley. Ridley was already, or what is it, Meta Ridley? I don't know, honestly. I'm sorry to say this, but even though I've read up quite a bit on the Metroid lore, like, I still forget the little things, and I think, like, Meta Ridley, that he's not the real Ridley. Like, he's like some kind of a clone. So, you know how there's a specific Yoshi who's Mario's friend, and then there's a species of dinosaurs called Yoshi. Same way there's a Toad named Toad, and then there's a species named Toad. But with Ridley, I think it's more like the original Ridley was killed off, possibly in Super Metroid. Like, you fought him in the original Metroid, but then he's clearly there in the beginning of Super Metroid, because he's the one who steals the little baby Metroid. So I think in the lore, by the time of the Prime series, Ridley is long dead, but he's been like, they've made like a meta version of him, like a meta. And that's also a little bit of a confusing thing, because I think I mentioned this, that, you know, the Aurora units. The thing I really like about this fucking hole, though, this I think is like a bug, honestly, in the game. Like, the camera wants to move in the direction of where I was coming from, rather than, or, you know, because I went through that hole once. So when I was trying to roll into a ball, this is the robot dude. He's the second one I fight in the game. He's in the Cloud City, whatever it was called. And then the Shapeshifter is the last one. Oh yeah, and we actually fight the Shapeshifter on the Space Pirate planet.
This one has finished.
So, you know, it's a whole big thing with possibly in the localizations, that there was a bit of a confusion that Ridley was supposed to be the captain of the Space Pirates, and Mother Brain literally was just like their computer. But I think that probably wasn't true, that there wasn't no de facto leader of the Space Pirates as such. And subsequently, because of everything related to the Metroid franchise, like, the Mother Brain has become just the... Okay, that was weird, like, it didn't take for some reason. I don't normally have problems with that. Like, all the problems that I've had so far have been with the aiming. Oh yeah, this is also weird, because the phase-on guys are, you know, killing everything. Oh yeah, this is an ice. This is when I get the ice beam. So yeah, when I beat the slushy guy, I get the ice beam. And do I get like a fire? Yeah, I think I get like a blowtorch from the robot dude then. So that's when you can come back here, and then there was that door with the broken circuitry. You can then use that to fix it. So yeah, I've played a little bit of Beyond the Sky, which is the sequel to Beneath the Steel Sky, and gotta say I was a little bit surprised. It was not what I expected it to be, because I honestly expected it to be akin to Broken Sword 5, that it was going to be like a 2D platformer, 2D adventure game, point-and-click adventure game, in the same mold. It's probably maybe using a variant of the engine, but no, it's full 3D and everything. I'm having the thing is I'm playing that game. I'm having the weirdest, getting the weirdest KOTOR and Mass Effect vibes, which is weird because those are RPGs and it's completely different. But it has the same feel, like the camera move has the same feel, and then the dialogue tree is a fucking circle. So exactly like Mass Effect. Yeah, I think actually KOTOR just still used, just had like a list of all the dialogue options, lines that your character can say. And not to say, I'm not knocking that. I think it, but it just feels a little weird. It feels like this is almost like this is taking like something from another. And which is funny because that's the very thing that I was thinking of recently, because I actually finished Runaway 3 just recently, and I have to say, like, I wasn't super impressed by it, but it was still better than Runaway 2 at any rate. Which wasn't hard to do, but it's funny because I was just thinking about this, like how it always annoys me, like how there are more actual like 3D point-and-click adventure games that all the modern even most of the modern ones will just then use the 2D just be 2D point-and-click adventure games. Which always like feels like it's cheaping out so badly, because if I wanted to play a 2D point-and-click adventure game, I'll just play one of the old ones. There's no need for you to make another game like that. And not to say, like, I do think that maybe it doesn't quite work perfectly, but I've been enjoying myself so far, and Beneath the Steel Sky is one of those games too. It came out and never had a sequel, because it came out like before Revolution made their like magnum opus, which is the first Broken Sword. Yeah, that slushy guy, it just reminds me of that cartoon that I did with Shadowy. I've never, I have played the second Metroid Prime 2, but I've never actually gotten very far in it. Like I think I said, I hate this. This is the bad thing about doing the recording on a different day, because I don't remember everything that I talk about, and I feel like I'm just repeating and everything. So yeah, sorry, I was dating the episode by saying that it was Eurovision week. I haven't actually watched any of the Eurovision entries yet, so I have I have no expectations for what the competition is going to be like, but I'm going to try to enjoy myself, because the thing is, the one thing, as long as there's not too many ballads, that's the main thing that has been so bugging me so much. Oh yeah, this is a cool cutscene here. Yeah, there's so many ballads these years. Wow, the space pirates look really nasty in this. I don't remember them ever looking that nasty in any of the other games. In the other games, they just look like bug people. Which I know for some people is plenty creepy, but honestly, I don't find insects so disturbing. What I find disturbing is those fucking sharp teeth.
Thanks, Sammy.
Thanks, Sammy. I love the fact that she calls her Sammy. I forget what that character's called. Andromeda, no. It's something like that. It has that same kind of pace. Oh, here's the little puzzle. I actually did spend quite a while on this one, because I forgot how to do this. But as far as Beyond the Steel Sky, like I said, I haven't actually played it too much. But like, there's a fair bit of puzzle solving in that, and it's been good so far. With the Runaway 3, the one thing I kind of want to say that it had a hint function, which I thought was actually a really good call. Especially because the thing that they did do in that, which they've done in all the Runaways, so I don't know why I was surprised, but there was a lot of pixel hunting. Oh yeah, and this is also, without fail, I always forget that that you have to wait for the the smoke to blow up or whatever the hell over that pit before you cross it. You can cross it just normally like here. But I went too early and fell into the pit, and that's where I got electrocuted. And it took me a while because there's one piece missing from this gangway. I'm about to go up on it, but then I realized, like, whoa, wait, this just leads to nowhere. But yeah, it was, you know, the thing about doing that cartoon is, like, people really seem to like that one, and you know, it makes it. It's a little sad that, you know, I don't really do cartoons, but the reason I really don't do the cartoons anymore is because, honestly, like, I just don't have the, you know, the ideas. A couple of years ago, once in a blue moon, I do get, like, the inspiration to do a cartoon, and then I'll do it, like, something like the Panda Girl cartoon, like I did a couple of, back in 2018, or I'll do another Dink, like I did in 2019. But yeah, nowadays it's like whenever Aqualung needs another teaser cartoon, then I'll crank another one out. That was a fun one to do too. The Zelda one was actually kind of fun to do too because I don't remember if I talked about doing the Zelda cartoon, how we did the brainstorming for that one. But it was funny because Ken just kind of kept throwing out one like random idea after another, and I just kept like writing it down. And then it just kind of like, you know, it just kind of formed kind of organically. This is reminding me of Sonic a little bit, which is weird. And here he is. I just met a Ridley fight too. This is actually super easy again, but I actually kind of derped a bit with this. Not so badly, not as badly as I did with the first boss. Basically, whenever his mouth is open, you're supposed to like shoot at it, and then it'll like capture you. That's the thing, like, I never really understood. Why meta? What is so meta about this Ridley? Because meta, I've always understood to mean, you know, the discussion of the thing itself. That's my understanding of what meta means. You know, when people talk about like meta humor, it's humor that pokes fun at the very thing in the medium in which... Oh yeah, okay, it wasn't a ticking clock. It was, how long until you reach the end of the shaft? That's a long shaft. Sorry, cheap joke. Man, I can't believe the size of Ridley's shaft. Oh boy, I better be careful I don't get shafted. Okay, I'm done now. I wish I could do a joke about the television show Shaft, but I never actually watched it. I've never seen the movie either. Yeah, and you can kind of control Samus during this fall too, like going from left and right. So yeah, I'm kind of haphazardly shooting at him, but he's already down to half health. So, you know, this fight isn't particularly hard. But they sure as hell, like, make it feel, you know, intense. What the 5 fingers stay to the face? Slap! I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm not gonna throw in the... will he do the... He's not gonna do the Rick James. He whacked me there, but that wasn't the bitch slap, though. Yeah, he's already almost dead. So yeah, the first place that you go to, is a lava world, which I thought was really cool. There really isn't... Well, there's a kind of a icy area, I think. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm thinking of Metroid Prime 1. But, yeah, I don't seem to recall. The locations in this game are super spooky. Okay, now we finished off Ridley. Ah, damn it, boy. Here he comes to help us. I think, you know, we didn't see the body. I do think you have to fight Ridley again later in the game. It's been long enough that I don't honestly remember. Yeah, it was funny because I was thinking about Eternal Darkness. This guy is reminding me a bit of Ulyath. Who was the blue dude? Chiturga was the red guy. Zelatath was the green one. And Mantarok was the big, gross... eyeball mound, or whatever the hell you want to call it. That is a good ass game. It's a shame about the guy that they were gonna do like a spiritual, not like a direct sequel, but like a spiritual sequel to it. I guess something went wrong, like massively wrong with not just the game but with the company as well. It was supposed to be called like the Shadow of the Ancients or something. I remember the trailers, the teasers for it, because it was a, you know, they actually used music from Eternal Darkness. But I suppose something had to go terribly wrong with that. I was actually surprised that, you know, Beyond the Steel Sky actually came out, because it took them because they took their sweet time with it. Like Broken Sword 5 like came out in, when did that come out? Like 2015 or something like that. Holy shit. It took another fucking 5 years to get that game out. And I don't normally like follow up on like how well or badly a game is received, but my impression was that Beyond the Steel Sky was, you know, mostly well received. And like I said, I've only played it a little bit, so you know, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is where we came in as a ball. Oh, it just disintegrated straight up, jumping through there. Oh yeah, and also the pirates get phase on later as well. That's scary, because then they do so much more damage to you than they do with their normal weapons. Yeah, this is where the geography kind of plays its tricks on me. It's nice that you get the double jump from the beginning. I honestly think because I think in Metroid Prime 1 you don't. So when you're doing the platforming at the early part of the game, it feels so doinky, the jumping. Or was Metroid Prime... No, Metroid Prime 2, I think, you start with the full moveset at the start, and then you lose it. Was that in Metroid Prime 1 as well? I think it might have been. For both of those games, you have like the full moveset from the at the start of the game, and then something happens that causes you to lose all of your powers. All right, and then it's basically a cutscene right from here to the end. And like I said, I don't remember quite where it like cuts off. Like I might have cut it off at the end of the cutscene. I might have not had the part where we learn how to use the phase on.
If we don't make it to the top in time, we can kiss this planet goodbye.
Hey, relax. We're the good guys. Justice will prevail and all that stuff. Right?
I like this guy. He's got a bit of sass. Like the Nintendo good guys are usually like such goody two shoes, but you know, I like the fact that this guy has a bit of sass. And oh no, it's my doppelganger. My sexy doppelganger. You do fight Dark Samus towards the end, but I don't think she's the final boss. I think the final boss is actually a corrupted Aurora unit. So it's basically a Mother Brain fight at the end. So dramatic. I don't remember what the end game was. Was it literally that they just, you know, she blasted them with the phase on and caused them to get infused with it, just so because she knew that they would get corrupted? Because I have to assume that was the thing. Like they were really playing, the villains really played the long game in this. It's funny because they were going up there to activate the cannon to blow up the fucking rock that was about to come in, and this is like, it's so anticlimactic here. There's not even any sound with the explosion, I think, or it's very muted. I love this music, though. I have to say, the soundtrack to this is excellent. That looks very much like a GameCube model, though. That's one of the station, but I love that they have this deflector mirror here. This seems completely absurd. Yeah, I have kind of a muted effect to that. One month later, alright. And I think the Dark Samus actually did appear in the second Metroid Prime, actually. Like, I haven't played it by, you know, very far, but I do seem to recall that.
Can you hear me, Samus?
All right, now they're this is the phase-on demo. It's just a big nasty cannon that you have a time limit on.
Some time. A month to be exact. We fear
And yeah, this is not super interesting, so I'm gonna cap it off here. Thank you for watching, and like I said, next time we'll have live commentary to go with me talking over the game. So see you then. Bye bye.